Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the 3 books that I've read to help me improve my trading psychology. I've watched plenty of videos online, about trading psychology, and, they're really well, but once you read them and you actually take notes and you apply them, you use the principles, I do believe they're going to help you. Something that I didn't do as of recently. As you can see, I've held my funded accounts. Again, I already went through it, what happened and why it happened and what I'm doing to improve it. But as of right now, I'm just going to give you guys the brief summaries and details of the books that I've read that helped me improve my trading. First one has to be Trading in the Zone. By far one of my favorite books by Mark Douglas. And again, all these are going to be in the description below. If you want to go buy them, feel free to click on the links below and go buy them off of Amazon. And Trading in the Zone by far is one of the first books that I've read about trading. It's the most popular, everybody recommends it, and I recommend it too because it helps you change your perception about what it is to be a winning trader. And it gives you like a good strategic base of what you should be doing, like following your edge, having 20 trades. You should be able to trade 20, you should be able to take 20 trades and still, come out positive if you have a good edge. And if you don't, then you need to fix it or find some way to refine it and like build it back up. To eliminate your risk in the market, you have to remove your expectations. You can't come into the market every day expecting to win or expecting to take a trade, and that's something I fell for. And I'm about to reread this book very, very soon, but that's one thing, like not having any expectations, being in the zone, trading in the zone, staying locked in, fully embracing every moment, because every moment in the market is unique, and that's what it talks about a lot. And then changing your beliefs too. And of course, like the game of probabilities, it's all a game of probabilities. It talks about it a lot, and if you want to read more in depth about it, I do believe you should. This is one of the first books that I've read, and I wasn't really a good reader. I'm going to tell you that right now, being truly honest. I didn't take notes while reading it. And then the second book is going to be one of my favorite. It actually gives you concepts on how to improve your psychology and like what you should be doing, on how to improve your emotions, how to improve, your system, and just like what to do every day. Like it gives you like real systems on what to do and how to fix the things that you're dealing with. It may be repetitive at times, I won't lie. It may be, the same concept for the certain things that you're going to do, but nonetheless it does work in my opinion. I believe the inch warning concept, it does work. Reading out your A to C game every morning, I think that does work. I just didn't try it for long enough. So the next one is going to be The Mental Game of Trading by Jared. And again, these are all going to be in the description below. So you can see with this one, I did take a lot more notes. But this one, it really helps you with the A to C game, your inch warning concept, and like how to deal with those certain emotions like confidence, tilt, fear, anger, and greed. It helps you like the system, the mental hand history, and all these other concepts. They're really going to help you, deal with those emotions and really find out like why you're even having them in the first place. That's kind of how I figured out, I was being too impulsive, I was being too greedy. And that's kind of how I figured out, I need to fix this or else I'm going to get doomed. And eventually I didn't fix it and I got doomed. So using this is going to help you a lot, fixing the problems that you have and really evaluating like your system and like what you're doing wrong and what emotions are coming up. And it talks about like how we manage and inherit like the market by our system and our probability and our bets. Like the emotions are going to come up. If you have a good system, you're going to be able to neutralize them, but if you don't have a good system, they're going to leak through. And the reason they leak through is because there's something wrong with your system. And that's something that happened with me. I was risking too much, or I was, not following a correct narrative. For me personally, I was not have a narrative and like following like a managed system, and like a set amount of risk. So that's kind of why it leaked. I got greedy, and then boom, that greed turned into sorrow. And then eventually the last book here is by far one of my favorite. I won't lie. This one, out of all 3 of these, I think The Best Loser Wins. By far one of my favorites by Tom. One of my favorite books. By far one of my favorite. Because it always talks about, what 99% of traders are doing wrong, and I related to it. And one of my favorite things he always talked about is adding to winners and being hopeful of the profits and not being fearful they will be taken away from us. And that's kind of why I let some of my trades run. I let some of my trades run, which I shouldn't have because they were intraday trades. And but if I was to like actually go intraday and like have a higher time frame narrative and bias, then of course this book right here is the one. If you want to swing trade, or if you want intraday, like mixing swing trading, this is the one. Intraday / swing trading, this is the one right here. This is the one. Even then, if I was intraday trading, I probably would use the concepts of this book of adding to winners and not being fearful that they're going to be taken away from me. This right here is amazing because a lot of traders like me personally, I know a lot of people, you take profit at your areas that you want to take profit in. Nothing wrong with that. But he talks about if you want to be a winner, you have to add to those areas that where you would take profit. And I know it sounds kind of weird. It sounds weird. It sounds very weird. Like it like opened my mind. I was like, what the, like who does that, you know? But of course, you gotta have your narrative, your system. You gotta have everything in place, and good risk management if you want to do that. But nonetheless, it did really open my mind, and it changed my perception upon like why people add to winners, or like why people pyramid. You're not gonna have. He talks about not having a fixed risk to reward too. You know, not having a fixed risk to reward is kind of crazy to me because he doesn't believe in risk to reward, and that kind of shook me. I was like, wait, he's not, because he doesn't have an area set to take profit. He just lets them run, and then he closes them eventually. I don't know how he closes them, but he does close them. And then, you know, goal setting, using visualization to align our conscious and subconscious mind. Using the subconscious and like visualization, you know, it's in plenty of other books that I've read, but I think it's very powerful. You know, if you visualize, you know, yourself, you know, following your system, doing everything right, being disciplined, patient, you know, following your risk management, all that, winning trade, you know, I think that can be very powerful. Like you going to sleep and you're visualizing that, or I think it gives you like a good base feel of what you should be doing and like a good feeling of the market that day, you know. And but again, I do recommend all of them. I think they're all good, but this one just really changed my perception upon trading a little bit, you know, just a little bit, not too much. But that's all the books that I've read on trading. These are just the trading books that I've read, and I do plan on reading other trading books, but as of right now, you're not right now. Once you read trading books, this is the thing, you know, if you're gonna read trading books, don't expect to instantly get better at trading. It's not gonna work. It takes, you know, a couple of days, couple of months. It takes a long time to actually get good and apply the knowledge, and at times you're gonna fail to apply it, or you're gonna make mistakes. So, you know, and that's a learning process. It's gonna be a learning process. It's not gonna happen overnight. I feel like a lot of people think after they read a book or after they do something, you know, instantly their life is gonna change, or they're instantly gonna get results overnight. It doesn't work like that. It's a day-to-day process, and you get better every single day. As long as you show up, you show the consistency, and you put in the work. That's all that matters at the end of the day. That's pretty much really it. These trading books are very, very important. These were just brief summaries. If you actually want to read the books, again, they're going to be in the description, and the authors go more in depth about the book, but I just gave you a brief summary and what applied to me and what stood out to me. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Peace.